Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm bringing you a much more chilled out video. As you can tell, I'm wearing a hoodie, my hair's slung up, I've got very minimum makeup on, and honestly, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, this is the first time I put makeup on in 3 days because I've been feeling so unwell. If you watched my last video, you will know that I actually did say in that I was feeling particularly unwell, but I have actually been quite unwell since then, so I'm filming this on the first day that I'm actually feeling slightly better, so all's good. I wanted to film this today because basically I put out a poll on my Twitter the other day asking what you guys would like to see more of on my channel personally. I will link my Twitter just in the corner there if whichever side it is. You guys don't follow me on there, it'd be really helpful for you to go over and do that because I often leave like polls and things for things you might like to see, and a lot of you did actually, the majority, although it was very close, the majority did say they would like to see more nursing related videos on my channel. So I've put together some ideas and I've got some in the pipeline, so some to spread out through like the next few videos and things. But for today I wanted to kind of just do something a little bit chilled, a little bit chatty, because as I said, I've not been feeling too great and I know I do not look my best at all. I've literally just shoved my hair up like this and shoved some makeup on because, believe it or not, I'm actually going out tonight and I'm going to be filming like a get ready with me for that, so you may or may not have seen that yet, but basically I didn't want to do like a full face of makeup just for today because I knew I was going to be taking it off anyway. So for now, as you will tell by the title, I'm going to be bringing you like a bit of a tips and tricks sort of video to do with nursing interviews. Obviously it's that time of year when the interviews are coming up, you're being accepted by unis, being accepted for interviews, and your invitations are being sent through and things like that, and I understand that it's a really frightening time. So I wanted to do something which would help any of you out there who are about to do that. Obviously I've been a nurse now for nearly 3 years and my interviews were 6 years ago now, which is pretty terrifying. I keep getting notifications popping up on my time hop saying like that I've just got this interview for this one and accepted by this one, and it's a really scary time actually, so I do completely get where you're coming from if you are kind of going through that at the moment. And lots of you have actually been asking me over on my Snapchat, when I opened up my Snapchat the other day, I could do a tips and tricks for getting you through your uni interviews sort of video, so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I've written 10 down for you all, so hopefully if you've got a pen and paper you can jot these down yourselves, make some little notes, and hopefully these will be of some help to you all for when you are going for your nursing interviews, which will be happening very soon. Yes, let's just crack straight into the video, and I really hope this helps a lot of you. If you're not subscribed to my channel as well and you are nursing, you want to know a bit about nursing, you are going to start uni, you're considering it, you're not even at that stage yet, but you're considering this as a career, then please click that subscribe button down below. As I said, I really do enjoy bringing you nursing videos and this is what you guys have requested, so obviously I'll be bringing more of this kind of style as well. So if you want to see that more, then please be sure to click that subscribe button down below, and also there's a little bell notification just by my name as well. If you click that, you'll actually get notifications for when my videos go live so that you don't miss any. So if these are any help to you, then that would be absolutely brilliant, obviously. So please be sure to do that and click that like button as well, that also means a lot to me. So let's just crack on with the tips now, and I really hope that these are some benefit to you all. So number one for getting you through your uni interviews for nursing is, I would say, to research current news, affairs in the NHS and healthcare in general. So basically this involves like searching what kind of things are on the news and current at the minute. Obviously if this was right now, it would be things to do with the A&E crisis and the bed crisis in general. That is really current at the moment in the media and in the news. It's been like a massive focus on pretty much every news channel you click on at like 6 o'clock at night, always talking about the bed crisis, about like the lack of beds in A&E and things like that. There's also a really good programme at the minute on BBC Two on Wednesdays at 9 o'clock, which is called Hospital, and that gives like a really good insight into like what pressure hospitals are actually under to like get patients moving around the hospital and get patients discharged and admit patients, and just the crisis in general. So that's also a really good one to watch and pick some tips up from as well. So yeah, I would definitely say read into kind of about what the current news and affairs are within the NHS and healthcare in general. Number two is look at current government policies and agendas. So basically when I did my interviews, it was all about the Francis report, it was all about the Buick report and mid-staff sort of stuff. Obviously that is still really relevant now, so it's very worth reading up on them kind of things and how like it's shaped healthcare now and what changes have been made to the NHS to make it basically better now since those kind of issues, problems within the NHS occurred. So yeah, kind of read up, get your knowledge base better around what that all happened and stuff like that. That would be really good, and they'll like you for kind of being aware of what changes have happened recently in the NHS to like ensure that them kind of things do not ever happen again. Number 3 is, what are the qualities of a nurse and how do you mirror them? So basically they'll ask you what your qualities are, your personal qualities are within an interview, and it's so damn hard sitting there and talking about your personal qualities as a positive. It's so bad. It's one of those things in life that people just don't do. Like, you might think that you're really good at something, but you do not say it out loud. But in an interview, you have to get your point across about how you're a really caring person, or a really friendly person, or a really approachable person, etc. So you basically have to mirror the qualities of a nurse with yourself. You basically have to say, nurses are like this, but I'm also like this, so this is why I would be suited for this career. So yeah, definitely think that is something that you will get asked. That's something I got asked in my interviews for uni, but also my interviews for my jobs as well, so yes. Number 4 is, research the university and explain why you want to go to that university in particular. This is a big point, obviously. You've got to prove why you should be chosen to go to this uni and why it's going to benefit you in any way, shape or form. Basically, whether it be that the university statistics in general, how that university performs in general, how the city would be great and benefit you in any way, shape or form, it does in terms of nursing, etc, etc, or just relay it back to the fact that you just like had a look around the uni, you really liked it, it's really friendly, everyone seems really nice, etc, etc. I can't really remember what my points were for mine, but I do remember kind of relaying it back to the hospital trusts in that area and being like, well, I understand that this hospital's under this sort of scope where I'd be on placement, so obviously I would love the opportunity to come to this university and be a student nurse here, because I would love the opportunity to learn within that hospital. It's an amazing hospital, blah 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 blah. So yes, I definitely recommend bigging up your uni big time. Number 5 is, research the local hospital trust and hospitals. So essentially, if you don't really know what this is, which I didn't really before I started my training, a hospital trust is essentially like a county within hospitals, if you know what I mean. So obviously the UK and everywhere is divided up into counties. So you've got like County Durham, you've got like South Yorkshire, you've got North Yorkshire, you've got Lincolnshire, etc. You kind of do have that in form of hospitals as well. So for example, within the scope of Newcastle, you've got Newcastle hospitals, you've got Northumbria, you've got South Tyneside, you've got North Tyneside, you've got Sunderland, etc. Research your uni and the hospitals that you would potentially be having placements in. So if you are, for example, because this is where I was, if you are going to be going to Northumbria University, research each of them trusts that I just mentioned and the hospitals within them and what you could benefit from each of them. So the specialities that are really, really specialised to that area. For example, Newcastle is insane to do your training in. I learned so much as being a student in Newcastle, it was ridiculous. You have the transplant unit at the Freeman, you have plastics at the RVI, you had A&E, and it also had a helipad as well. You have neuro at the RVI. Literally, there's so many things, so many specialities. Dermatology, theatres, all sorts of stuff. You just need to make a big list of all the benefits you could get from being within them hospitals, how good the trust is, research the trusts, and if like what they've done that have been great, what they've done that's new, any research that they've done, etc. So I know, like, for example, the Freeman Hospital is great for its transplant unit. It's also great because it's got the Bobby Robson Cancer Centre, and that's like a really big thing. And I'm not sure about now because obviously I'm not under that kind of remit anymore, but yeah, just research very, very in depth your trusts in that local area that you would have potentially be working and learning in. Next point is I've actually got an actual tip for you for the interview. Do not talk most, but also definitely do not talk the least in your group interviews, because I don't know about you guys, and I'm assuming that by now, if you have got invitations for your interviews through, you would have been told what kind of agenda you're going to be having for your interview day. So for example, for my interview for Northumbria, I had an individual interview, a group interview, and I think I had a test, but I can't remember. Maybe I didn't have a test. Maybe I did, I can't remember. Basically, do not talk the least, do not talk the most in that group interview. You do not want to be the most outspoken, loud, gobby person there, because that's proving that you do not let other people get their point across, and that's a bad quality. Like, you do not want to be that outspoken person. They want you to show qualities of a nurse within that interview as well. They want you to show teamwork, they want you to listen to other people and their opinions. They want you to also have your own voice and your own opinion and stand for what you believe, because obviously that's a quality of a nurse. You need to be an advocate for your patients, so they want that to come across obviously in an interview as well. So definitely do not talk the most, but also do not speak the least, because they do not want you to sit there and be silent, because that's not Also not the best quality to have as a nurse either. Number 7 is another tip for interview day. So it's essentially, although it's not like the biggest point, it is also like a really big deal. Make sure you have a really smart outfit for the day. Do not turn up in tracky bottoms and trainers. Do not turn up in a hoodie like I am today. Do not look scruffy, essentially. Make yourself look presentable. I wore a midi length skirt from River Island and like a really nice white blouse and like a blazer top with tights and some flat shoes, and that to me was perfectly ideal. So I definitely recommend just wearing something like that, or some smart trousers and a blouse, or just anything that looks smart really. Just don't turn up looking like you've just crawled out of bed, essentially. Number 8 is be on time and be organised on interview day as well. So obviously being on time is a massive point. They're not going to like it if you rock up an hour late for your interview. They're not going to like that at all, because they've got a schedule to stick to as well, and it also just doesn't look good on you in general. I understand that like there's issues with trains and things like that, but honestly it's just worth getting there extra early, staying the night before or whatever. Like when I had my interview in Chester, obviously I was from County Durham, which is like the northeast of England. We travelled down the night before, we stayed the night so that we knew we were going to be there, and we got up really early. We found the place in plenty of time. We were there early and it all went fine. And just be organised in general in that sense. Number 9 is be friendly, smiley and approachable. Qualities that everybody wants as a nurse. Obviously you need to be a friendly person, you need to be smiley. No one wants someone sitting there with a stone cold face, like not approachable. It's important to just show all your qualities. If you're sitting there saying to the interviewer, I'm this, that and the other, you need to prove that you are that person. You cannot just sit there and say it, because anyone could sit there and be like, I'm friendly, I'm really happy, I'm a really approachable person, but you might have the face of a stone, literally, and you've got to portray those kind of personality qualities to the interviewer by your personality as well as just saying it. So it's worth like being truthful. Also as well, another good point is they might ask you what your weaknesses are. Do not take this as being like, I don't know, do not turn around and be like something super negative. Make it something that you are wanting to work on. So for example, mine, I think during my interviews, was that I don't always believe in myself, because that's like not a proper negative, but it's still like slightly a negative. So basically what I turned around and said is, I don't always believe in myself, and sometimes that can like knock me back a little bit, but however I want to work on this, because so I'm doing this by, and you basically say how you're going to combat this negative. So I'm going to work on my believing on myself so that it doesn't stop me doing things, and believe in myself because I can do things, essentially. Think about your negative, whatever it is, and how you're going to make that better. And last but not least is take all your appropriate documentation to your interview. So you will probably need like your GCSE results, maybe any relevant A-level results that you may or may not have at that point, your ID, etc. like that. So, and also be sure to take a pen and paper. It's important to make notes and stuff. You never know what you might need to jot down. Be sure to remember very important things like that, because they'll ask you for all that sort of stuff on the day, and if you don't have it, it might jeopardise like your interview and stuff like that as well. So yeah, that's my top 10 tips for getting you through those nursing interviews for university. I really do hope that these have been of some benefit to you all, and good luck for all your interviews coming up. Honestly, we need more nurses in the world, so wish you all the best in your nursing like interviews, careers and getting jobs and everything like that, whatever stage of it all you're at. If you are watching this and potentially wanted to be a nurse, then I'd be very happy to create further videos. If there's anything in particular that you want to know, then please feel free to leave me questions down below. I'd be happy to do a Q&A, or I'd be happy to do just like more information videos like this. It's completely up to you guys what you want to see. So please be sure to give this video a massive thumbs up for me. Click that subscribe button down below, and I'll also leave a little link on screen now for you all. I'll also just link my previous video here and maybe my previous nursing video just on my face here, so that you can click and see that as well. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah.